Welcome to Hood Champion Boxing and Sports. In boxing, you find a way to win, or you find a way to lose. How you doing? Hey, look, there's a lot of discussion about Terence Crawford. We know the discussion about Terence Crawford, Earl Spence, what happened during the fight. Terence Crawford and Earl Spence, if there's going to be a sequel, as far as Earl Spence, what he's going to do. Look, but there's one thing that people are talking about. Even Terence Crawford is talking about this, and I don't think it's really been thought through yet. Terence Crawford really feels that he's arrived now. Terence Crawford beat Earl Spence, so he's earned his place as a special fighter, pound for pound, right? He's still not getting the credit he deserves, though. But it doesn't matter how you want to argue it. Terence Crawford earned his right to kind of puff up his chest a little bit and say, now look at me. But this is the thing I don't think Terence Crawford realizes. I don't think his fans realize. Terence Crawford feels that since he beat Earl Spence, that he is now in the same position that Mayweather was in. And he feels that now he should be going on to make gazillions of dollars. Let me make this clear, and I'm talking to you. Terence Crawford is not in no damn position as what Mayweather was in Mayweather's career, especially when he's, let's say Mayweather's, let's say his last 15 fights. Crawford's not there. Crawford will probably never get there. You know why? Because Floyd Mayweather was marketable. Floyd took his destiny into his own hands and said, you know what? This is what I'm going to do. And he made sure that as far as his platform, his profile, and his name was known internationally. As a result, Floyd Mayweather went on to command his fight purses were ridiculous. And I'm going to tell you this. Floyd Mayweather was able to make whatever fight he wanted with whatever opponent he wanted. Now, Crawford could be in a position kind of like that because everybody is kind of gunning for him now. But he can't do it and still be undisputed. See, some people are still thinking that Floyd Mayweather was picking, choosing opponents and doing all these things when he had titles. Floyd didn't care about no damn titles. Floyd would go beat somebody, he may win the belt, and he'd immediately drop it. He didn't want the belts. For Terence Crawford, he can't pick and choose his opponents like he thinks he can, or he's going to get stripped. The WBO especially, they're not playing. WBA, WBC, we know they lead the secret society. You know, WBC will do anything if it's in their benefit, you know. But these other sanctioning bodies, they're not playing that. Terence Crawford's in a position like Anthony Joshua. Anthony Joshua could have picked and choose to fight any opponent, but he would have to drop those belts. But he fought his mandatories. He paid his sanctioning fees. Crawford's got to make a decision. And I'm telling you guys right now, Terence Crawford, I don't think Terence Crawford's going to hold on to those belts. He wants to fight opponents that's going to garner him the largest payday that he could possibly get at this point in his career. And I'm telling you right now, fighting a mandatory at 147 like Alexis Rocha, that's not going to get the job done. Okay? Going out there and fighting Stanley Eunice, not going to get the job done. You understand? He has to let those belts go. So yeah, he's kind of in a position where he's proven, at least at 147, and nobody could touch him. You know? So he's got to go out there and challenge himself. But as far as money making potential, money earning potential, he ain't nothing like Mayweather. It probably never will be. Very simple. But I'll tell you what, if he wants to stop going that direction, you got to let those belts go. Then he can fight who the hell he wanted. He doesn't have any belts. Nobody dictating anything to him. He's the man. Well, yeah. You know, it has some benefits to being in the position he's in. But with those belts, he don't have all the benefits he think he has. He's gonna have to let some of those go, because other than that, the belts help to create structure for Terence Crawford, because he can look and see, okay, for the WBO, IBF, WBA, WBC, these are the mandatories. Okay, let them sort out who I fight first. I pick him off. Depending how the fight goes, 3-4 months later, I pick this guy off. So Terence Crawford can really account for his next year and a half, as if he wants to fight every 3-4 months. He can be very busy on a robust fighting schedule if he wants to maintain his status as undisputed and fight his mandatories. But if he's like, look, I don't want to go that route. I want to pick and choose my opponents like Mayweather and maybe end up in Saudi, end up doing a 3-4 fight deal, making $50 million a fight, $40 million a fight, then he's going to have some flexibility. And right now he doesn't. So for those of you guys out there, man, just let's understand that. If in order for Terence Crawford to just pick and choose fighters from lined up in any sanctioning body, right? Or even if they're not even in the top 10 or 15, to just go and fight who he wants because it's a big name. Look at what's going on over there in Poland right now. Dubois and Usyk are fighting in Poland. There's some money over there, okay? With a lot of Ukrainians coming to Poland, it just makes sense to have that fight there. But what I'm getting at is a guy like Crawford could fight somebody who's a Ukrainian fighter, could fight him in Poland and go make 30, 40 million. We already know what time it is over there with the Kinahan connection in Saudi Arabia. It's real money. But he doesn't have that flexibility unless he sheds those belts. So after he fights Earl Spence in the rematch, if that's what happened next, I'm curious to see what he does. And I'm telling you right now, I don't think he holds on to the belts, because he's already checked that block. He doesn't want to pay all the sanction fees, and then he's just going to float around and pick and choose who he wants to fight. But I still think him and his team are going to look at that, because he's not Mayweather. He's not Pacquiao. He's not De La Hoya. A lot of fighters want to attach themselves to Bud Crawford just to get his name on the resume, not for the payday. Fighting Bud Crawford not going to get somebody their highest payday. He's not. It's unfortunate, but he's not there yet, and it sucks. And I'm telling you, I think it sucks. But what I want to get at is, for those of you out there saying, yeah, man, Terence Crawford gonna fight this guy, gonna fight Canelo, he's gonna go fight this person. No, he's not. He got the mandatories, and I tell you what, that damn WBO ain't playing with these people. WBO will strip him. He goes to fight Jamel Charlie. They may let that work. They may say, okay, that's okay. But you got Rocha out there. You got everybody out there looking to get a fight, man. Stanley Unis. You got, man, Earl Spence. A lot of people out there, man, bubbling up. Boots Ennis. So Crawford gonna have to make a decision. But if he doesn't want to do it, he'll drop the belts. Then we get a bunch of guys fighting at 147 for those vacated titles. And Crawford can go up to 154 and pick and choose and fight who he wants. I mean, you look at Danny Garcia. He's not making, 50 million, but he bubbled up to 154, and he's still, because of his name, able to pick and choose and making fights, and he's about to do that with Erislandy Lara. Crawford can easily do that. Fight at weird catch weights and do what he wants. But he can't do that with those belts. That being said, we'll see what ends up happening with Crawford. But just a little bit more fodder to throw out there into the dialogue machine. But other than that, I got another video coming. Pay attention. This is going to be a real interesting one. I'm not even going to spill the beans on this video about what I'm going to talk about. But it's going to be an eye-opener for all of y'all who are following Terence Crawford. That being said, keep cool. Shout out to the veterans, all 7 continents. I'm in the breeze.